Hey everybody, this is Mike Barry from CineSamples. Welcome to the CineMap update video. This product is now 6 years old. It's pretty hard to believe that. CineSamples itself is celebrating its 10-year anniversary quite soon, which really makes my my head spin a little bit. I can't believe it's been so fast, and I can't believe I'm still using Logic 9. I've become the old man who doesn't update anything. But anyway, that's another story. CineMap, when it was released, I think Contact 3.5 was out, maybe 4, I can't remember. But if you've just joined the party from Contact 5 on, you are you missed a lot of the golden age when things weren't as dependable. And Native's done quite a good job of making Contact really flexible and more dependable and steady. The 3.5 update, of course, added a lot of streaming abilities, which kind of changed the whole game, and officially put the death ring into Giga Studio, which was still around at the time. When CineMap came out, we had some libraries that existed that didn't have the awesome interfaces today, where you can reassign key switches and choose what CC, choose what mapping you want. It's all built into the interfaces of our libraries and most other people's libraries at this point. But it wasn't always the case, because the technology really didn't exist to do that at the point when this product was made. But since we still get some pretty frequent emails about, hey, can you guys release an update for CineMap? For some reason, when 5 came out, Contact 5, it rendered CineMap unable to function, but we've gone and fixed what was wrong. So I'll give you a quick run through of what it does. It does pretty much 4 things. The first thing it does is it can take and remap any part of your MIDI keyboard to any other part. So I have a Cineharp patch open now. Cineharp pluck. Apparently not. Apparently I have the let's see, browse Cineharp pluck. Okay, now I have it. So this is a good patch to show you on, because it doesn't really have anything fancy going on in the interface. If you want to open up CineMaps, it's in a place that you probably have never seen before. This is called the multi-script, which is different from the scripts that take place inside of Contact, which you can check over here, script editor. To find a multi-script, you have to go here to this little video game looking potion thing, script, and then you can find it by preset factory CineMap. So what it does, CineMap will control everything below it, including the seldom to never use extra ports. We usually just use 1 to 16, but in the old days, before one instance per channel strip became the norm, we used to have, I don't know, these huge 2 or 3 standalone instances of Contact, and that's what your slave computer would be using. So be happy you missed that if you can't remember it. And before that, it was even worse with the that was quite a good option at the time. But now we use 1 instance of Contact per channel strip. At least I do in Contact, and a lot of people I know use that, because then you get the convenient volume information of everything. So here's my empty version of Contact. I have the pluck patch, and let's say I want to map everything up and have it play major third higher. So I'm going to select from the range I want this to occur. So I'm going to select from cello C all the way to, I guess, violin high C. And that's the input. And then let's select from cello C plus a third, here's E, all the way up, and it will automatically compensate for the right amount. So now when I play in the same pattern, we're in E, even though I'm playing C, you can see the C here. I'm playing the C, but it's sounding E. So the only controls we have here, mapping enabled, that will turn it on and off. Ignore existing is telling Contact, hey, do you want this information to replace the information, or do you want to add it to it? So if you want to add it to it, you take off ignore existing, and now you're going to hear both of them play at the same time. It's pretty cool. Some Stravinsky sounding stuff in there. No, maybe Bartok-y, more Bartok-ish. Anyway, so where this comes in handy, if you want to do these little harmonies, that's cool, of course. That's kind of fancy user. But if you just want to use, if something is mapped down an octave, or you want to put it in concert pitch, or whatever you want to do, if you want to move the F sharp and G rolls from a patch to the C and D, this is how you do it. You just go into the key map editor. Another cool thing it does is, let's get rid of this, is you can tell Contact to ignore a certain range. I'll show you how to do this. So let's tell Contact to ignore everything from cello C to middle C by it doesn't really matter what I map it, by making this go to a dummy channel. So whatever, I'm just going to pick 13. So if I play here, let's turn it off. If I take the mapping enabled and enable it, now I'm going to play the same thing. But you only hear it from the D on. Here's the C, here's the D. So I've successfully muted this part of the keyboard. And sometimes if you have patches that contain flams and whatever rolls, and sometimes you just want the playing function, this might be a good trick to get at that. Another thing you can do is change the CC, like the fader that you're using. So let's get rid of this again. Let's add a new version. I'm going to change. CineHarp doesn't use any CCs, but I can show you it anyway. Let's change. Here, I'm just going to grab one at random on my MIDI controller. That's CC11. And I want to map it to CC2. So now when I hit CC2, it's going to control CC11, which is convenient. Sometimes I like to have CC2 as be my secondary fader. So if something is mapped, like changing mutes or mutes on and off, or changing vowels, or something that isn't mapped to CC2, I always like to map it to CC2 to have access to the first two faders on my MIDI controller, so I don't have to reach that far. So CC1 and 2, and then 7, of course, is further to the right. So that's pretty convenient. That's an easy way to map your CCs in a thing, and if there's no interface. And in our main CineSamples libraries, of course, you can all do this from the interface, which is kind of the reason why we didn't update CineMap for a while, because it was all built in already. I guess the coolest thing it can do is it can help you make, using a combination of all these things, you can make performance multis. And I just went ahead and made one. Let's open, this is a Jerry stack. And I just took a bunch of patches. And if you're into kind of percussion-esque playing on your keyboard, like grooving, jamming, this might work out for you, because you can tell certain things to fire. So I have a bunch of instances here and a bunch of patches. I have cello shorts and bass shorts, and then I have the cimbasso and bass trombone, and then I have timpani hard mallets and piatti and atonal rips. So I have this thing set up, so I'm going to play my MIDI keyboard here. And this octave, you can follow along down here, you can see what I'm playing, is just the piano, the Jerry's piano playing. But when I hit this A, it does a stack. Let's say we're using A as the tonic here. It does a stack of the other instruments plus the piano. And then I told the piano to stop playing. Let's see. here, so it doesn't play here. And then I have the rips here, and the piatti and rip here on the C. So, you know, if you're into this kind of playing, you just go and save this as a multi, and this is what you can get. I'm just going to loop this a few times. So MIDI-wise, we're just looking at that. So you see these low A's. When the low A strike, that's the big guy, and then this is the rip and the piatti hit, and then these are the pianos. So if you're into that kind of performing, I think that's pretty cool. Now, I didn't do any transposing in that one. In this example, the Dream Stack, I have a fifth transposition going on, or a third. I can't remember what it is. I think it's a fifth. So I'm just playing something, and I have a few things triggering a fifth, and a few things panned. So just with one performance, I can get a lot of information happening sonically. Let's play this one. Let's take a look at that. And I have some Cinebells patches loaded up. This is from the Cinebells update, and then the dulcimer from our World Series, and then the bass harmonics, and the Challen Grand from the Abbey Road pianos. And pretty much it looks like I have a G turning into a C, so I have a transposition happening here. So when I play the C, I'm hearing some of the other notes. You can hear the fifth or the fourth, or whatever you prefer there. And then I have the bass harmonics. Let's see. CC, let's look at this one. So channel 3 is the dulcimer. No, that's on Omni, so I have that playing everything. I bet the basses are 3. So the 3, I have the, let's open him. That's not 3, is it? Well, pretty much I have the basses holding these long, where are they? They're apparently not playing. But let's watch it and play the patch back. Maybe that one. Oh, it's there. It's just quiet. So you hear a lot of the reverb, but pretty much the basses are playing long harmonics that kind of ring into the room. I turn the reverb way up, and I turn the surround mics up, so just some atmosphere. But pretty much, so I have CineMap ignoring some of the keyboard range, and also doing the fifth transposition. So that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple product to use. If you're interested in kind of going to the next level, there's some other products that will do that. This, of course, is a nice freebie, and almost everything that CineMap does is now built into our updated interface. So if you have an updated CineMap, if you have an updated Cinebrass or whatever, be sure to update, because now all the mapping features are built in. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it.